You said there was one on the top floor that's available now, you said?
Yes, correct. Yeah, it is available now for $22.75. It's fully renovated, and it comes with a free assigned parking space. And I will help you with the tour, but I'll send you a text right now to confirm.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hello everybody, just wanted to update you on my living situation. Before you get too excited, this is not my apartment. This is my lovely friend Bella's. For some reason, whatever reason, God bless her heart, she's letting me crash here and store my shit in her loft. Like, she doesn't use the upstairs area, so I moved all my clothes up there and like other items, kitchen stuff. I sold a lot of things. Basically every piece of furniture that I owned, I sold. I tried to sell my mattress because I love that mattress. It's an avocado green mattress. But apparently no one buys mattresses. No one buys used mattresses. Like, it broke my heart a little bit. Someone could really be benefiting from this and be sleeping on the most luxurious mattress on earth for $100. It just so happened that her roommate is out of town for a couple of weeks. So I've just been sleeping on the couch and I'm not really in anybody's way except for Bella's. But Bella also like is in school, so she's like gone for some of the day. And like she's gone on the weekends, so it kind of worked out for temporary. Obviously I still need to find an apartment. For whatever reason, it's really hard to find an apartment here. Like, I picked that one because it was the cheapest, but now I'm like traumatized and I'm not going for anything cheap or old. I love the look of old buildings, but I think I literally went to go tour one after like I got out the lease. I checked the cupboards because now I knew what to look for in the cupboards that show that there's roaches, and sure enough there was roach poop in there. I can't go look at old apartments, so I'm looking for new builds, but all the new builds are like in high rises and you know, so much. All of my friends are here. I don't have family here, so like if I were to move out, like I want to go to OC so bad. That's like my dream, to settle down in OC. What if I don't find a job out there, or like what if I run into all these problems and there's like literally no one around to help me? Like right now I ran into all these problems, but I had my friends to come and help me. But moving to OC is like, oh yeah, you're on your own. Oh, I gotta leave soon. I'm gonna go see 2 apartments that are actually like on the same street as Bella, but like further down. Looking at some apartments in Long Beach be an option. It's not like too far from LA, so like jobs that I was offered are like South LA, so it's kind of like still 30 minutes to get there. And if you were curious about the lease termination, the only reason they did it is because we started threatening them with like city inspections, and like their building has a problem, so they obviously didn't want that. So then he was like, okay, we'll terminate the lease, but you still have to pay for the days that your stuff was in here. And I was like, I don't want to pay for the days where it wasn't exterminated, because I literally was not living there. So now that's up for debate, and they do still have my money. I did the walkout inspection. The manager was like, yeah, nothing will be deducted from your security deposit, but they still have all my money. So if you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you already know this, but he has like a bald patch on his head and on his ear. I don't think it's from like fleas or anything, because he's never had fleas. I gave him his flea meds. Prophylactically, I gave him his worm medication. Like, I think it's stress. He's itching it too. We hit some stuff back here. You know. And then also up here. Gotta keep the TV, but then all of my little bags of shit. I'm going this house tour. Hopefully it's fine. Probably not. Everything I see, not worth the money. Or there's something very terribly wrong with it, like roaches. I believe this is what my car looks like. This is so embarrassing. Every time I drive around, I'm embarrassed. I saw one that I actually really liked, mostly because I love the building. Like, the second I walked in there, clean. Like, it was so well kept, I could just tell. The manager was this Korean guy that was so sweet, really like about his business, like he'll take care of shit. And then I saw the tenants who were living there. They're all like young professionals. It was so zen when you walked in there, like literally quiet, bright, clean. They had like a little zen garden, pretty much like a little courtyard that had like that waterfall, not waterfall, but like running water off like those big vases or something. I should have taken a video. It was gorgeous. I literally just felt so calm there, like nothing would ever go wrong. The appliances are all brand new. Toilet was one of those fancy ones that only Asian people have, so you know this was an Asian building. Washer and dryer was really nice. Like, all the appliances, so advanced. The only thing was, it was pretty small. Like, I would say it's 600 square feet. Online it says 700, but it looks like 600 to me. Bedroom was carpet, which I don't love carpet. I actually like hate carpet. I would have taken carpet if it was for a cheaper price, but it was for $2,500. I was just really sad about that, because I was like, that was if this was like $200 cheaper. If you haven't followed me on Instagram and TikTok, you've been seeing all my house tours. I posted the last house tour that I did of an old build apartment. Pretty much like it was gorgeous, like stunning. Really good price for all the space that you get too. Because I was traumatized from my roach situation, I literally looked in all the cupboards and I found evidence of roaches, like the roach droppings. And then I saw a bottle of Raid, and then I called the owner, and his answer was pretty like shady in a sense of like he kind of confirmed that there is a roach problem, but like tried to downplay it. And people were commenting like, oh my god, like the roaches don't even matter, like I'll take it, who cares about roaches, I would have just fumigated that place. And I'm like, what, you guys crazy? One day at that horror show apartment, one night I woke up in the middle of the night because I felt something itch on my face, and guess what? It was a roach. That's disgusting. I don't understand how people are just not caring about roaches. That's so gross. Sorry. I think that's so unsanitary, and if you can put up with that, you should reevaluate your standards. That was really wild to me. I was like, that is insane that this is not a priority for everybody. So I just went for a working interview, and I've been to one already before. They're supposed to pay you for the working interview, and so it's usually like $700 because you're doing a whole day of dental work for them. The one that I went to today, like it just felt a little weird, like very disorganized, as if there was no flow. I was the only doctor there again, like at the last working interview I went to. But this one just seemed like nobody knew what the fuck was going on. At like after lunch, I was talking to one of the assistants, and she was like, oh, like I was asking her like, how long have you worked here? She's like, oh, I'm like a temp, like I've only been here a couple of weeks. And then she was like, well, how did you find this job? And then I found it on Indeed. She was like, really? We're all from Princess Dental. And I was like, what is Princess Dental? She was like, wait, what? It's like temp jobs, like we're all temps here, like even the front office person's a temp. I was like, wait, so this office doesn't have any permanent workers? Like nobody here works here? So then she basically was just like, yeah, no one like wants to stay. There's just a bunch of like random dentists who just come in and do things, and then the office manager just tells you to figure out what to do. But every office runs differently, like their procedures, protocols, their labs are all different. So like if no one's telling you how their lab runs or like what their materials are, their protocols, like it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to make a decision on the spot. So I was struggling with that today because there's something we need to send out to the lab, but I was like, does the lab scan? Does the lab need traditional for dentures? Like, what are we doing? And nobody knew. I was like, okay, like, we'll just send something, I guess. They're supposed to pay me, right? At the end of the day, she was like, yeah, I don't know, like, if the doctor's supposed to pay you, but that's why I'm going to take this timesheet from you. And I was like, okay. So then I texted him, the doctor, and I was like, hey, like front desk didn't know if she was supposed to be paying me the $700 for the working interview, but let me know if you need my address to send a check or like Zelle. And he goes, it's $500 for a working interview, and you left at 3 p.m. and our hours are 9 to 6. And I was like, huh? Like I did leave earlier. I left at 4. The last family were obviously all coming together. They were supposed to be there at 2, and it was like 3:30 and they still hadn't shown up. And they called and they were like, yeah, we're like running late. And so there's 3 whole patients that all need fillings done. So we just rescheduled them. Because I did tell them though, I had to leave like at 4:30 because I need to pick up Qbert. So now he's not only trying to underpay me for this working interview, like less than the going rate, but also underpay me because of a scheduling issue. This doctor is a kook. Don't go to them. If you live in LA, don't go to Tyler Dentistry. It's like somewhere in El Monte. I don't think you'd ever, I mean, if you live in LA, why would you be out there? But just don't go there. Horrible. I was getting my reps in technically, so whatever. It's fine. The liars and the cheats of the world. I just can't believe. Not working there, I will find another part-time job because I have the other one that I interviewed at last week that offered me a job. So I'm working there Mondays and Thursdays. And I don't really want to work full-time dental because it's just like that's too much for me. So I'm just looking to fill like maybe 2 more days and call that quits. Like I don't want to do a 5-day job. Okay, 5 days a week sounds horrible. We'll see how the other ones go. I have 2 more working interviews next week, and let's just hope they don't scam you, because you know it's just not protocol to like sign anything. Like you literally just trust that the dentist is gonna pay you. Otherwise, it's kind of like weird vibes. If you were like, hey, can we put this down in writing? That's just not how it works in this world, which is so, it's not safe, but whatever. Yeah, there's Qbert. Oh, hi, Puppies. Apartment hunt, I think I've settled on one. It's like not the ideal area because it's more north than I want to be. But it is close to Chrissy and Dante, like literally a street over. It's 10 minutes from Bella, so I can still come over here and hang out. Honestly, it's fine. I have a car I'm gonna drive anyway. And I don't actually mind driving. Like, I was in the car and I was like, you know, my car is full of shit right now, so it's kind of hard for me to check my blind spots, but it's very peaceful going to drive to work and just like put some music on, lost in my thoughts for the day, get to work, focus up, and then come home, lost in my thoughts again. That's nice.